Brandon, what was your mindset after they ice you and try to make you think about it even more?
Just really just do my job, do my 111th out there on the field. I let us down a few minutes before, and offense got me within striking distance again, and I couldn't let them down. Just glad I could do what I did for my team.
What's it like having your teammates carry you off the field as a kicker?
It's awesome. It's awesome. That's never been carried off the field before, so definitely a surreal feeling, a great feeling, and I'm just grateful for my guys.
Brandon, can you walk us through the emotions of that moment, seeing that kick go in and just the immediate after that?
Honestly, I hit it pretty bad. I didn't hit it really as good as I could, but I mean, I hit it right. They put me right down the middle, so if I just hit the ball straight, what happened, but the emotions, just take a breath and just do what I do. I mean, I'm here for a reason. Came from East Central, where KP was from, and I'm just glad I could help my team win.
Have you ever kicked a walk-off field goal before?
Yeah, I hit a 54-yard field goal at East Central to walk it off. Yes, sir.
Brad, how big is it to have coaches behind you after missing a field goal in the fourth quarter? They trust you?
Yeah, huge. I mean, I'm just so grateful that I have a staff that just believes in me and can put me in that situation. I mean, we have such an explosive offense that, 3 plays, we got in range. It was just a great feeling, great thing to have that staff behind my back. Coach Moore's telling me I'm the best in the country, although the season has kind of been wishy-washy sometimes, but just grateful.
How big is it for the offense to be able to take 45 seconds and run down the field?
Huge. I mean, huge. That's huge. I mean, one play we can score. So I mean, it's just a blessing to be a part of a team like this.
They ice you out. What goes through your mind during that timeout before you're back in?
Just take a breath. I've been here before. I mean, like I said, I'm here for a reason. Make kicks, do my job, and that's just kind of my thought process. Just deep breath and do what you do.
How big is this kick moving into the last 3 weeks?
It's huge. I mean, obviously a great win, homecoming, number 2 team in the country. But like KP's been preaching, this is just step 1 out of the last 4. So the next one is the next biggest one because it's the next one. So great feeling.
You guys are tied for first place in the conference now. You control your own destiny. How much of a confidence boost is a game and a win like this going into the remainder of your schedule?
It's huge. I mean, like I said just a second ago, huge win, homecoming, walking it off, one of the best teams in the country. A lot of people count us out. They didn't think we had a shot. So it's definitely huge for us in this last push to take it off and then go play in the playoffs.
You had 2 weeks to sit on that Southern Utah
Yeah.
loss, and what was practice like these last 2 weeks, and how focused was the team today? Because jumping out to that 14-0 first quarter lead was big.
Yeah, I mean, really big. I mean, sour taste, obviously. The last game, myself included, I donked one like a 39-yarder off the upright. So it was just the team was very locked in all week, I felt like. Could have been a better kicking practice, but, I mean, it worked out in the end. But it was just great to be part of this team.
You said people didn't believe in y'all. Do you feed into that doubt, or do you just kind of play with the things?
I think we just keep our stuff inside the building. I mean, everybody has an opinion. Everybody's entitled to opinions, so they can say what they want. But, I mean, we all believe in each other. We all believe that we can win any single game, and especially at home. I mean, we play great at home.
That's a good segue. You guys are undefeated at home. You played some of your best football here. What is it like playing with this crowd behind you?
It was awesome. I mean, I've never played in a crowd. 12,000 sold out. I mean, rivalry game. You can't ask for much more. Just a great night, and super grateful to be a part of this.
We're in this part of the season where it's time to play championship winning football, and one of the biggest goals you have is being undefeated at home.
Yes.
What does that feel like that the last play was in your leg, that now you were the one that helped this team continue to be undefeated here in Wildcats?
Definitely a great feeling. As a kicker, you kind of dream of those moments. So just huge. And we're not done yet. We still got another one next week, so preparation starts. We enjoy this for 24 hours and then on to the next.
Talk about that mindset a little bit. How do you keep yourself ready at all times knowing that you can make the biggest play of the game?
Yeah, I mean, just as a kicker, you're kind of just next kick, flush it. If it feels good or bad, flush it. You got the next one is the biggest one. Everybody remembers you for your latest kick, right? So it's kind of just whatever happens, move on. If it's good or bad, move on. Then the next play is the biggest play, and that's just kind of how it worked out. So.
Coach, your thoughts after that?
Yeah, it's the first time I think after a football game I've ever apologized to a coach. I felt bad. I mean, honestly, 2 years in a row to kick a field goal and last year go down 2-minute situation. I know that's tough. I have great respect for Coach. He does a great job, has done a tremendous job with this team. They're really, really good. As you can see, they throw the ball, the deep ball, as well as anybody, and they just the thing we did good today, though, is we stopped the run, which was the whole game plan, which was completely different. Last year we were trying to stay sound vertically over the top, so we really put our corners on an island today and just said, hey, you boys better cowboy up, and they did for the most part. And then our hearts are out to that was Harold West's brother, and that's just kind of a weird situation where you have brother hitting his own brother. We're praying for him, and they told me they thought everything was going to be fine, but our that's a tough that was a different situation that I've ever been a part of. But very proud of our players and our coaching staff. We just kind of hit a lull right there in the middle part of the game. Then we got kind of going again in the third quarter, and I was just, when they scored, I was trying to be really aggressive down there inside the 5. Just, hey, I'm either going to stop them or they're going to score fast. So I knew we worked 2-minute situations every Thursday, so it was kind of funny. I told Graham, I said, hey, we're going to put 40-something seconds on the clock, and we're going to need a field goal to win the game. And that's the 2 years in a row, the situation we needed, we did. We had to have a touchdown last year on Thursday before we played Tarleton, and our offense went down and scored a touchdown on Thursday. This week we drove down. Brandon kicked a probably 38, 40-yard field goal in practice to win. So I'm not going to say I knew he would make the kick. I knew he has the leg to make that kick with ease, and it's just a matter of, sometimes he has a tendency, like you heard him say, hitting it fat a little bit and leaving the ball out to the left. But just tried to instill confidence after the TCU game. I finally just said, look, we're going with you, Brandon, period, sink or swim, okay? And that's what we've done, and I think he's going to gain a lot of confidence from that.
Coach Brandon talked about keeping it inside these 4 walls and not worrying about the outside noise. But you just took down the number 2 team in the nation, the highest ranked team ACU's ever taken down, at least in the FCS era. What's that mean for this program?
Well, I hate to say it, but our guys, we expect to win. I mean, we really do, no matter who we're playing. We expected to go to North Dakota State and win last year, Our kids have great belief. They not only have great belief in themselves, they have great belief in their teammates, they have great belief in their coaches, and then they just have I've never been told by young men, especially these guys that have come from other 4-year universities, FBS programs, and they just said, Coach, there's just nothing like the team element that we've created here. And really, I think it's really not just us. I think it's our university. I think when you listen at the Hall of Fame banquet last night and you listen to, they weren't talking about their championships or wins or losses. They were talking about the relationships and the people that made a difference in their life here at ACU, and that's what it's really all about.
Coach, it's a really scary play late in that game with Harold and his brother. What did it mean to see not only fans staying for the bulk of the game, but then also being really silent and really respectful of that moment?
Yeah, football, it's a collision sport. It's a tough sport, and things like that are a part of it. And you hate it when you see people. All of a sudden, I think it brings into the reality of this game. I mean, it's violent at times, and I think it was very on everyone in the stadium, a very classy move, and showing the respect and for each other. All of a sudden, rivalries and number 2 rankings and the moment all of a sudden is brought into reality, that there's something out there that's more important than football, and that it's just how ironic that it was a brother covering his brother, and hitting him, and again, our thoughts and prayers are with him.
For those penalties, like in the second half, what you see from that? Did you agree?
I don't really. It's just part of the game, right? The calls are going to go both ways, good or bad, and you just keep playing the next play. So I really don't know. I review them, every one of the calls on Sunday, and then but I don't ever make a big deal of it. It's just kind of part of the game, right? Like.
Do you think they at all played in Tarleton coming back in the game?
Say that again, buddy.
The penalties, do you think at all in the second half that helped Tarleton?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the one drive we had the hands to the face or face mask, and we had a holding, and we were already in field goal range at that time. And then we backed ourselves up, and then that's the one that Brandon missed, the first field goal. That would have been huge to be able to get that and make it a 2-score game again. So yeah, those penalties were costly, but I think, I felt like we played a pretty clean first half, penalty-wise. I felt like, and then just right there in the third quarter, it got a little bit. We kind of got a little sloppy. I felt like, and I think we had a PI, we had a holding, we had a hands. I think offensive lineman grabbed somebody's face mask. So we had 3 penalties that kind of put us in tough situations, but at the end of the day, that's what championship programs do. Is they when games are on the line like that, they make the plays that they have to make, and that hats off to our players. I mean, the offense. I mean, to get the ball down there, to get it in field goal range, and that was a great job doing that. Like I said, I think it was 3 plays and then the field goal. So, yeah, that. I don't like playing sloppy football,
KB, from what happened on this field 2 years ago to what happened now, how would you describe the tremendous growth in this program that when they're facing a similar situation, they won this football?
Yeah, the biggest challenge in modern day football is there's such a turnover on people's rosters. I said that Monday. I was watching a game this week with one of my former assistant coaches, a buddy of mine that is a head coach, and there was 130 new players on both rosters, and I'm going, it's just so hard to. But what we've tried to do is we don't apologize for who we are. We don't have to we have one mission statement, and it's the mission statement of our university is to educate students for Christian service and leadership throughout the world. Okay, so what we do is we get a core group of people to buy into that. Okay, and then we build our football program on 3 things: character, discipline, and toughness. So we try to keep it simple. So when we bring people in, they can acclimate into. We don't change for them. They come in and they acclimate to the way we do things, and so it's really been impressive. We've laid a foundation, okay, and to continue to bring in 30 to 40 people a year, and just feels like you're constantly acclimating people. But that's just the way, that's the nature of it, and that's what you do, and it's really kind of cool to see.
KP, a game like this, you know that a fast start is imperative. Can you kind of walk through that first quarter where you get the touchdown from Jed, and you get not just that, but the Banks touchdown run, but then the blocked field goal too?
Yeah, that was big. The block field was really big, and it was important to come out, and I think we had them a little bit off balance. We were going back and forth with different, a lot of coverage concepts, a lot of different personnel groupings defensively for sure. I think we had a pretty good beat on them defensively and had the run game going early, obviously. And then, there was just a couple of series where I felt like penalties and a couple of drop passes kind of like that we really needed at that time. I think we dropped a couple of third down passes that could have kept some drives going, I felt like. But I was very proud of our team to be able – I mean, when you look at those guys were plus 24 in the turnover ratio going into that game. I've never even seen that before. They had taken the ball away from their opponent 28 times, and they had only had 2 interceptions, one by their starter, one by their backup, and 2 fumbles. I'd never seen that before, and that was very, very impressive. So we knew that ball security was going to be huge in that game, and that was the other scoring drive that we had kind of going right there, and we ended up getting the deflected pass off the drop ball that could have kept a drive going. I think that may have been a third down, and the ball bats up in the air off our hands, and that would have been a first down. So, I really believe this. I think this team can continue to get better. I mean, I really do. That goes back to the other thing. When you have so much transition on your roster, it's trying to figure out what people can do and what they can't do, and it takes you about halfway through the season sometimes to, really. I'm just feel like I'm real out right now, starting to find our identity on defense. I feel. We held them to 90 yards rushing. They had rushed for over 2,000 yards this year. They were rushing for over 200 yards a game, and I think right there in the fourth quarter, it was 89 yards of rushing. I don't know what they ended with, but like 93. I mean, that's pretty good.
Can you talk about Tyson's just impact on this game? He has some big moments.
Yeah, Tyson is everything that you look for. He's disciplined. He's smart. He is probably one of the most, comes from a great high school program. And he is really, I can't say enough good things about him. I mean, he is just so steady. I mean, he shows up every day to practice with the same mentality, same attitude every single day. I've never seen him have a bad day. And it just carries over into the way that he plays the game, and man, we challenged him and Joe today, and Noah said, "Look, you're on your own out there, boys. It's lonely. Good luck. We're going to stop the run."
And they kept going at it. They got a pass interference late in the game. He immediately went right back at him. He makes the play in the end zone.
Yeah.
How big is that?
Yeah, he's. I said to him, "You're not going to waver. You're not going to destroy his confidence. I can tell you, he has great belief in himself, not arrogance, but a great belief, and." Man, it's just, I'm just telling you, I'll go to bat with that guy every day of the week.
Coach, you guys have 4 ranked wins on the year now. What do you feel like has made you guys so consistent?
Well, I don't know if consistent's what I would describe as. I mean, there's a couple of games they're probably questioning whether or not we even practiced, but I think. Here's what I told them. I said, guys, this game right here, okay, I told them on Monday or Sunday actually, look, it's time for this football team to stack success. Okay, we're going to win Saturday, and then we got to win the next week, and you'll be undefeated at home. Then we got to go on the road 2 weeks in a row, and we got to win. Okay, so it's time we really haven't got into a rhythm yet. I felt like we were headed that direction against North Alabama and West Georgia, and then we took a step backward, the 4 turnover game at Southern Utah. And that was, at the end of the day, that was the difference in that game. And so when we protect the football, and I really count today as 3 turnovers. We had the 1 interception and the 2 fourth down, the block field goal, and then the 1 fourth down stop. So really, that's as good as a turnover, right? So when we do that, we're hard to beat.
What do you think about the stadium atmosphere today? Just
Oh,
home field advantage
I mean,
that provided?
I think probably the coolest thing of the day was our players jumping up to the students. I mean, my first year here, we'd have jumped up and hit nothing but concrete. So hats off to the student body for coming out and creating a great homecoming. I wish every week was homecoming at ACU. We do homecoming right for sure with the parade and the Hall of Fame banquet, but there's just so many people. It's the people that make ACU special. It really is, and hopefully we just created a memory for some students and as well as our players that are going to last a lifetime.
Coach, as a coach, what's it like seeing your kicker get carried off the field?
Well, I think that's happened twice. Yeah, it happened again last year. So I'm all for it. Like whatever it takes to win the game, And that's what I told them at halftime. I just said, look, whatever it takes to win this game, we got to do it. Whatever it takes to win the game, we just got to go out and do it. And again, we have such a belief in each other and in what we do, and that's awesome. Brandon needed that. There was a couple of times I wanted to send him over to TCU's sideline when he missed a couple of those at TCU. Like, how's that going? No, you go over there and stand on their sideline. Just kidding. But he felt like I didn't say nothing to him. I just kind of looked at him like, geez. But hey, we believe in you, buddy. Just keep kicking. Keep kicking.
You mentioned the homecoming success. Now 7 straight for this team, 10-2 since going to deep on homecoming. How big is that?
Man, well, I think it speaks to. I think we've won our last 8 home football games, if I'm not mistaken. I think the 3-point Idaho loss probably was the last time we lost at home. And we just talk about it that if we go undefeated at home, you're going to position yourself to be right in the middle of it, and that's where we are. And the good news is, it's like I said, our goal was we hadn't talked about Tarleton since we drove out of Stephenville last year, and we started talking about them on Sunday night, and our whole talk was, hey, we respect everyone, we fear no one, and it really, we started talking about, like, our goal's never been to beat Tarleton. Our goal is to go undefeated at home. They just happen to be the next home game, right? So what I started laying the groundwork for was, it's not just beating Tarleton. You got to show up and beat a good Utah Tech football team, right? That's what it's going to take for us to go undefeated at home this season.
How much, I know that you never have focused on having a 0 at the end of that record. How much have you seen that those losses to Tulsa and TCU have helped this team to get where they are now?
I think our players gained a lot of confidence in the TCU game, because if we would have made the 2 field goals, okay, and then we come out and we score there in the third quarter, now all of a sudden it's 28-13. It's a 2-score game. I'm not saying we'd have beat them, but our kids, I think if we would have made those 2 field goals, we would have scored, okay, 7 possessions in a row. 7 possessions, okay? Or, excuse me, 5 of 7 possessions. And so our guys gained a lot of confidence. Defensively, we were a little bit discombobulated a little bit in that game. Kind of just, I don't know, we were just out of kilter. Their quarterback had a lot to do with that. But I think we were just searching at the University of Tulsa. I've told Zach since I come here, I'll play 2 games like that every year. I don't care about my coaching record, okay? I really don't. I want to do what's best for our university, and playing in those types of games it's what's best for our university, and it's not just and for our athletic department. The exposure that we get, the exposure that the university gets. I think someone had told me leading up to the TCU game on ESPN, ACU or Abilene Christian had been mentioned 45 times. Okay, whether it's just Bill Belichick and UNC and TCU were playing, and they were going, TCU's next game is against Abilene Christian. I mean, like, everything matters, right? So, like, the way I look at it, it's just 25 years ago, we were playing Cameron and East Central. We were playing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, East Texas and West Texas, and not even 25 years ago. I mean, we've come a long way. And the sky's the limit for this university and for this athletic department. And if playing games like that, I'll play whoever Zach wants to go play. I don't care. I think it's just good. I think it's our kids like it. They like playing in those environments. They like playing against that caliber of competition, and it only makes you better.
Last year you had defense out as time expired. This year it's the offense and special teams unit. Is there one you kind of prefer to have?
No. I'm getting too old for that. Like, I mean, it's just like, those are kind of stressful. But no, really, I'd like the defense out there, really. But today I was good with the way it worked out.
You had Sam Hicks and Lane Taylor on the sideline. Do you think that kind of helps the team with some confidence?
Yeah, they both came up to me and said, Coach, rub a little of that good luck on. And so I was rubbing Sam's arm and his hands, and so it worked.
Coach, I know you still got 3 left, but you guys are in control of your own destiny now in conference play. How important is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's we just got to take them one at a time. We got to show up next week, which we're going to, and we're trying to go 1-0 so we can go 5-0 at home, and then on Sunday we'll recalibrate about two road games.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you guys.